So here we are at the Hyatt Regency in Tyson's Corner. It's about 20-30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. It has a metro station here at the hotel, and this is where we are staying for our time in D.C. And I just want to do a quick look at the room here at the Hyatt Regency. Not going to do a full room tour, not like our typical thing. I don't really expect anyone to necessarily stay here as a result. I'm not making a hotel review video, but I thought I'd document, for documentation purposes. This is the hotel we stayed at, Hyatt Regency. This is the room, and we are here for 2 nights. It's the next morning now, and from our hotel, we are gonna walk over here. She told us that the metro's over that way, so we're just walking across the plaza here, and we can get on the metro pretty much right from our hotel. It's pretty nice, and then we're gonna take it down into DC. So there it is, right over there. And we just need to walk across this sky bridge and we'll be there. Our hotel is that right there. So not very far at all. So we just purchased a pass from this little kiosk right here, and we got, you can use your credit card, but it's just easier because you can't use credit card more than one, for one person. And with the children, since they don't have credit cards, we just bought these Smart Trip cards, and these were $13.50 for all day, hop on, hop off, unlimited, which if you actually take a look over here, this is the cost of things, and it's a weekday, and we're going to Foggy Bottom at least, which is $5.65 for one way. So that's like 12 bucks we would need for coming back, and we just figured we'd get the unlimited in case we wanted to use it for any other stop along the way as well. But here we go. We got our cards. Now let's go get on the bus, the tram. Right now we're on the metro, and we are headed to Foggy Bottom for the Lincoln Memorial, and we'll walk from there. Amy says we should go to Chinatown for dinner tonight. Maybe we will. We'll see what we've got time for. We just got off here at Foggy Bottom, and there's the metro. It's going to continue on. We're going to go find our way to the Lincoln Memorial. After we got out of the metro station, we are headed down towards the Lincoln Memorial. We're gonna have to walk about a mile. The closest stop to the Lincoln Memorial is a mile away, so we're just walking. Our hotel helpfully linked me to a website, and you can just Google it, like Metro Trip Planner, Metro DC Trip Planner. It helpfully sent me to this place where I could insert addresses, and it would tell me how to get to certain places using the Metro. And it said the way to do the Lincoln Memorial from the hotel was to walk to the station, take the Metro to Foggy Bottom, and then walk to the Lincoln Memorial. And it'll tell you to take a bus if a bus is in the trip organization, but this was the best way. There's the Washington Monument. We're gonna head down there shortly too, but we're still headed this direction for right now to go to the Lincoln Memorial. And there it is, the Lincoln Memorial, all the way down there. We're on our way. We're getting close to the memorial here. My first thought was, wow, that's a lot bigger than I remembered it being. That thing's huge. And James just pointed out something I never even noticed before. You look up close and they've got these states on the side of the building. He's like, do they have every state, all 50 states? And we're like, I assume so, but I never even noticed that. And here's the front of the memorial. We'll probably walk up this way over here. Pennsylvania is the second state in the Union. So it is the second state on the thing up there. California is on the top layer. Then if I turn to the left from here, there's the Washington Monument. The last time James was here, he was about 2 years old, and now we're coming back. Benjamin has never been to Washington, D.C. before. So Amy was just telling me that this has been emptied and they've been refurbing it, and right now they're in the act of refilling it, but it probably takes so long to refill it that we won't see it at all today completely full. I was looking at the map and the Vietnam Memorial is over off to the left, but the Korean War Memorial is over off to the right, along with a couple of other memorials. So since the only one to the left is the Vietnam Memorial, I think we're not gonna like hit everything. So we're gonna go the side of the monument that has the most things to look at, which is gonna be this direction. There's also a restroom right over here next to the Lincoln Memorial, so we're gonna go use that first too. We just found this little signboard, and it's got audio and a little model.
Left corner of the sign reads,
very cool.
it says Lincoln. Under the title are
It
three
sure
columns
does.
of white.
Over on the other side of the restrooms, they have this little cafe, and in that little cafe, they have a water bottle you can purchase for $18. That, well, not water bottle, but just bottle in general, like a drink cup, refillable cup, that you can purchase for 18 bucks, and they gives you $1 refills. And they said it's good for refills at any place that looks like that across the National Mall. When we asked the worker how many of those are across the National Mall, she had no idea. So we did not purchase one because we weren't sure how often we'd be able to use it. There were two around the Lincoln Memorial. We saw one on the other side of the Lincoln Memorial as well. But we just opted to get some water bottles, grab some water bottles. They have water fountains we can refill it at while we're here. Next up, we are going to walk down here to, I think this might be the Korean War Memorial. We will have a look in a moment. I think we are coming at it from the other direction here. You see a bunch of people over there, like a big tour group on the left. And then we've got the memorial itself here. I'm going to try to be quiet. This is a good opportunity to teach our children what memorials are, how people have died fighting for our country, and the memorial honors their sacrifice. So over here we've got all the names of the people who died. It says a grateful nation honors the members of the armed forces of the United States and the Korean augmentation to the United States Army who gave the last full measure of devotion in defense of freedom.
So Ben put all these names all along this whole entire thing.
They're all in alphabet order.
All people who died in the Korean War.
So many names. All the way around. So many names. As we were walking by, we came across the United States Park Police Horse Stables and Education Center, and it says, "Come in, we're open." Benjamin wants to go see horses. We can see them through over there. So we're gonna come in. We've never been in here before. So they have a couple of museum type items in here. This one being the coolest in my opinion. It's a horse hair tail. And you'd be able to see the horses outside, but no horses are out at the moment, and we can't actually go in the building. Only the police officers are allowed to go through the doors on the inside there, but there is that small little open area there that does have a few things you can look at. Inside there, they also had some maps, so we grabbed a map of the National Mall area, and they had handheld fans that were free for you to take if you wanted, but nobody wanted one. And I don't mean this type of fan, I mean the, big square with a stick that you just wave back and forth. Now my phone labels this one as the District of Columbia War Memorial. And there's a bunch of people over here in suits and dresses and stuff, and there's chairs up in the memorial. So I don't know if they've got some sort of private function going on, but we're not going to get too close as a result of that. This is about as close as I'll get. The next memorial on our walking tour here is going to be the World War II Memorial. There's California. Benjamin was like, I know where California is. And James is singing the West Virginia song. Go ahead.
We're not by West Virginia anymore.
Oh, okay. In other words, he's shy. Pearl Harbor.
That's where people died.
There's the Lincoln Memorial.
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
And the Washington Monument. Benjamin wanted me to point out Pennsylvania to you. That's my home state and where we're headed tomorrow. We're headed up towards the Washington Monument now, and we're eventually working our way towards the National Museum of Air and Space Museum. We have timed entry for that at 10 o'clock, and it's like 9:50 right now. I think we're going to be a little late to it, but hopefully, Amy said that you don't actually have to show up at the time. It's any time after the time. So that's where we're headed, to the National Air and Space Museum. From the Washington Monument, if we turn to the left, somewhere over there is the White House. It's not very big, and it's on the other side of those trees, so we're not going to be able to see it from here. I don't even know if we're going to venture over that way. We're planning on hitting up a couple of museums, but I don't know about the White House.
I'm pretty sure I read they're doing some type of like wrestling match or something is going on for the 250th anniversary. So that's what that big stage is. So the White House should be like directly right behind that.
We walked a little bit further, and now you can see parts of the White House peeking out there. If you want to see absolutely everything that there is to do here in DC, you need multiple days. We just have this single day. We're planning on hitting up the Museum of American History and the Air and Space Museum, and it's probably all we're going to have time for, along with seeing memorials. But there's also the Natural History Museum, the Spy Museum, the National Archives, the Holocaust Museum. So,
lots of museums.
Yeah, a lot more museums than that. That brown building behind the flags there is the African American History Museum. So there's so many museums. Over here is another little refreshment stand, but it's not the big one that we saw by the Lincoln Memorial. So we did not see that they have the refillable cups there, though you can purchase water bottles. These guys are what they call big bus tours. So you could pay to go on the big bus tour right there, and they'll take you around the area here. So different options for you for seeing the area. We're waiting at a traffic light right now. Gonna cross over this direction and keep walking till we get to the Air and Space Museum. To our right is the U.S. Department of Agricultural headquarters. The sidewalk over there was blocked off, so we crossed the road, come back on the other side. Seems like it'd be easier to walk on this side the whole way anyway, because I think there's several roads we'd have to cross. But over here, this one is just one continuous path, and it doesn't get broken up by roads. So we'll stay on this side until we get to the Air and Space Museum. But it's a ways down there. Before we started walking through here, it was like, do you want to rent a bike? And there was a sign that said, the National Mall takes an hour to cross from one side to the other if you're walking. This building over here is the Freer Gallery of Art, and then connected to it is the National Museum of Asian Art. Not going to be going there today, but just kind of pointing out everything they got here. The Spy Museum's also on the other side of this building. We spied it through the cracks in the buildings as we were walking through. Not enough to give you a good shot at all, but Spy Museum is back that direction. I feel like I remember it being elsewhere before. I don't know if they moved it or we just got turned around, but I feel like it was over that way at one point in the past. We have been here twice before. Once when James was about 2, so that would have been about 10 years ago.
Okay, so it moved in 2019.
And it moved?
It moved in
Oh,
2019.
Amy just looked it up. It moved in 2019. The last time we would have been here was 2016. So yeah, they moved it. I'm not crazy.
We didn't go in 2016.
No, we didn't go in 2016.
We went when it was like
just the
before
two of
kids.
us. Yeah, it was like 2013 maybe,
Yeah,
2012.
So we're not going crazy. It
No.
wasn't over there.
Yeah. This is a cool looking building. It's a Smithsonian something something. We'll see what it is when we get around the corner here. So it says that this is the Smithsonian Institution Center. It also just says Smithsonian Visitor Center. There's a lot of construction going on right now, lots of construction, and we're wondering if it's related to the 250th, and they're quickly trying to get stuff built before July. And we're here on June 5th, Friday, June 5th. So a month until America's 250th birthday. Would not be surprised if they are attempting to get some stuff up for that. And this building next to the Smithsonian Institute is the Arts and Histories building. Is that what I said? Arts and Industries. Sorry, Arts and Industries. To the left, we've got a little merry-go-round. Get some tickets. Oh, look, there's one of those refreshment booths with the refillable cups. $1 refills. So there's another one. More construction, but this round building is the Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden. Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden. Here we are at about 20 minutes past where we were at the National Monument. So we were, our Washington Monument. When we were there, it took us 20 minutes to walk down here to the Air and Space Museum. All of the museums here in DC are free, but some of them do require entry, timed entry tickets. And the National Museum of Air and Space is one of those ones that requires timed entry. And so Amy signed up. I actually looked yesterday and they had, I think, wide open availability. So it wasn't, I mean, we're here on June 5th. Remember that, a weekday first off, and not really prime summer season yet. So take that for what you will. But we're able to get timed entry for 10 a.m. It's 10:20, so it shouldn't be an issue, but we're going to head on in. And then the National Archives also requires timed entry. Now that one still had plenty of time slots open, but there were many time slots that were also booked up as well. So very popular, that one. They have the ability where you can pay $1 to basically, like, you know, it's kind of like a fast pass. Free. They have a free option, but they also have a $1 per person paid, like, priority line. Not that that's very much, mind you. So I would do it if you were planning on going there.
It's the national museums that are free, not all the museums. Because, like, the Spy Museum isn't free. I don't even know if the Holocaust Museum is free. I don't remember. We'd have to look that one up. But the ones that are in, like, this National Mall area right here, those ones are free.
Now we're inside the Air and Space Museum, and James is like, "Ooh, this is amazing." I think Benjamin has been getting bored, so coming to a museum now is good for him. James has been fine walking around the monuments, but Benjamin has been very bored the last 20-30 minutes or so especially. So just letting you know, he's 8 and James is almost 12. So if that helps you figure out for your own kids, if you have kids. Benjamin just spied something that doesn't belong in U.S. U.S. Yeah, it's from a galaxy far, far away. You see who's in it? We're gonna come to the IMAX theater. They have a show, not new, just a show at 10:30, which is 4 minutes from now, and we want to see it. So this is called Space: A New Frontier.
Please take a moment to turn off all electronic devices.
After the movie, we're coming down to the bottom level to get lunch, and then we will start exploring the museum. Mars Cafe. They've got a couple of different types of wraps and sandwiches here. Peanut butter and jelly. So here's the pizza. It's got 4 slices. Probably should have ordered another one. We also got a grilled cheese, but we weren't really sure how big these things were going to be. And we may just go back up for more food. They also have a self-order section over there where you can get some pastries, like muffins and things. So maybe we'll each eat a slice of pizza and then go get some pastries. We were just a little bit more hungry, so I ordered some muffins from the self-order thing, because you can only order muffins and coffee from that. So I got 1 muffin for the kids to split and 1 muffin for Amy and I to split. As soon as we were done with lunch, the first thing my kids find is the Starship Enterprise. Amy's like, can we go find some actual spaceships? First thing we're gonna go see is the Wright brothers. There it is, the first airplane. Here's the nose cone of an Airbus. No, Airbus is a brand. There's a 747. There is so much stuff, and this is just one tiny exhibit and one tiny corner of one tiny exhibit. So much information, you could probably spend like the entire day just reading everything. We're in a solar system exhibit now, and check this out. Pluto is still listed. I still think Pluto is a planet. My personal opinion. I didn't mention it earlier, by the way, but the IMAX theater show that we watched, Space: A New Frontier, was all on the Artemis missions. And Artemis 2 actually just, like they touched down in San Diego, the waters outside of San Diego. And so we were able to, well, we couldn't see it from where we were, but it was right near close to our house. Here's the Apollo 11 command module. They do have a whole section of the museum that's currently under renovations. It's one whole wing that said it will be open in 2026. Well, it is 2026, but it's not open yet. Futures in space. And we found R2-D2 again. We have now left the Air and Space Museum and are heading across the street. There's another one of those little refreshment stands that takes the $1 refill cups. Obviously didn't know, but we've been using our water bottles. It's been going just fine. Straight ahead is the National Gallery of Art. Yeah, National Gallery of Art, and then we're also working our way towards the archives right now. There's the Capitol building. He did tell us that if we were going to take pictures, we needed to do it quickly, like not stand around, because he said this is an active construction zone. A little bit closer look at the National Gallery of Art. All told, we were in the Air and Space Museum about 2 hours. I mean, definitely could have spent a lot longer in there. We were just trying to keep the children's attention span in mind. Here's the sculpture garden. Bunch of stuff you can see here. Lots and lots of stuff. There's the National Archives right there. That's where we're headed now. Amy just signed up for 1 o'clock. It's 12:50 right now. And she did the $1 thing so that we get the expedited line. Now here's the front of the archives. But I don't think this is how you get in. Nobody is going up the steps. We're following signs for museum entrance. They've got, you know, a whole bunch of stuff they're building. This says the Spirit of Independence Festival. The building right next door here is the Department of Justice. Now, we have found the entrance, but we are just a little too early. There's nobody even really in line. I wonder if, you know, the $4 we just paid ended up being a $4 donation.
Probably.
There's like nobody even here. We're just gonna walk around a couple of different spots in here. We definitely did not need timed entry. There was no line. 1297 Magna Carta.
Can't even read it.
I mean,
Yeah.
definitely can't read it because I'm pretty sure it's not in English.
Oh, it might be in English, just an old form of it. Stepping into the Rotunda Gallery now. Lighting is very dim in here. This is where all the people are. Very busy in here. We'll start on the left and work our way around. They have some information about the Constitution, the Declaration, and the Bill of Rights here. They've got different documents different things along the way. Many of the documents are so faded from being so old that you can't really read them very much. And then here is the Declaration itself.
How am I supposed to read it? You can't really. That's why it's in black. And it's the original.
Look, it looks just like the National Treasure. And here is the Constitution. There are 4 different documents for it. And then here's the final page.
Because he was given a deadline. Whereas.
And then finally we have the Bill of Rights. Again, very hard to even read anything on here. We just popped into the National Archives store, and the only thing I wanted to know is if they sold replica in declarations, and they do. And look, Nicolas Cage paid $35. And it's only $17.50. I like that. I like that a lot. Look what I found, an NCIS hat. It's really nice.
Golf ball.
I think you should get the sniffy short.
I like this, but the only problem is it's not fitted, and I don't want this hole to create a tan on the back of my head. They had a fun little kids section inside the National Archives that I did not film. The kids were just enjoying, having a good time. And now we are back out in the National Mall area, working our way to the next museum, which we're going to go to the American History Museum. The next museum that we're coming across is the Natural History Museum. Now, I think this is probably the museum that everybody kind of thinks of when they think of DC. Of course, Night at the Museum would have been focused on this type of museum.
The third one.
The third one, yes, the Smithsonian,
Yeah.
Battle for the Smithsonian. But the kids have been to the Natural History Museum in San Diego and are not really thrilled with it. So we want to go to the American history because they've got cool things like, you know, the big flag, the like cars. And I think they had like Wizard of Oz stuff in there one time. It's just stuff like that, stuff that they might find to be a little bit more fascinating. And here it is, the Smithsonian National Museum of American History. That is the full name of it. Now, some people are going in there, but let's walk around the actual front entrance over here. And for your information, there's another one of those little refreshment carts with the refillable cups. So they do have them periodically. They're not like all over the place, but they're frequent enough that if you're coming, you may want to consider purchasing the refillable cup. I think that we probably would have used it enough that we probably should have, but we didn't know. Here we go. This is the main entrance heading in. Go ahead, Benjamin. Eating spinach. Do you have a message to your future self who will tell me in a month that he does not like spinach? Would you like to say something?
I love it.
You love spinach. Say, I love spinach.
I love spinach.
Okay, excellent. And the first thing that you're going to see when you come in the museum, the Star-Spangled Banner. So let's go have a look at the flag. So I actually was not allowed to film in there. No footage, no photography of any kind in that exhibit. But it was very nice to look at. Sorry, I can't show it to you. A house full of history. This is a real house. Discover 5 of the families who lived here from the colonial era to World War II. And I don't know if this is like parts of, no. I mean, it says it's a real house, but like, is this the real house? I don't think so either. But it says this is a real house. Abolitionists met here. They've got some artifacts from the house. 5 different families all lived here, and they all had a pretty important impact on history. And you can read all about it in this exhibit within these walls. Which come into the Spark Lab. One little spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation. Fun little thing for them to do, be able to build different things. What was that face for? He just made a face. This one has them designing a metro, and you can move the seats around in here if you
Our
want.
silver launch.
Make it a little bit more organized.
It's a silver launch. Yes,
Amy's over here making like a little hut or something and then putting suitcases on top. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, you're gonna put the wheelchair person in timeout?
No, I'm just putting it out of the way.
What if the suitcases fall on their head?
They're not, and there's no person in the wheelchair.
Oh, that's an empty wheelchair.
Yes.
So you put it in there when the person sits down in the seat.
I'm in.
Ooh, check out this one. Build your own pinball machine. That looks really cool. You get the pieces out and you can put little objects that the ball has to go through. Look who it is. It's Mickey Mouse. They got an Etch-a-Sketch and a Pizza Hut, a Mini-Mate. Here's a model of the steamship Philadelphia as it appeared in 1901. This says John Bull Locomotive 1831. Ooh, aside from the Stripes cup, this says that these are all Slurpee cups. 7-Eleven Slurpee cups. Ooh. Now we're going into the GM Hall of Transportation. And it's called America on the Move. This is on the water. I like old-time sailing ships.
You'd probably get really motion sick on those. There's no stabilizers.
No, certainly not. This here is called the Prince de Neufchâtel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it was a American privateer ship that captured 9 British vessels in the War of 1812. One of the most successful American privateers. They got a lot of models of really big ships in here. I can't help but keep turning the camera on because I like them. They got this one. Look at this. Ooh, look at the riverboat. Cruise ships. This one is the Mauritania. And it says 1934 up there. There's a Holland America model back there. Now we're moving into the land vehicles area. They got a whole train engine in here. Wow, it's really big. Now we're gonna pop into the Ray and Dagmar Dolby Hall of American Culture. Oh look, C-3PO and R2-D2. I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations. Here are Dorothy's ruby slippers from 1939. So these are the costumes from 1983's Return of the Jedi. So you could actually get inside that because there was somebody inside both of these in the original movies. These are costumes. Waka waka. Look, it's Archie Bunker's chair. All in the family. Mooska, Mooska, Mickey Mouse.
Mr. Rogers' shoes, huh?
Mr. Rogers' shoes? Speedy delivery.
Anyway, for everyone's sake, just stay home, will you?
Women in sci-fi and fantasy costumes. Well, at this point, I think we are done with museum hopping. It's a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And Amy would really like to go to Chinatown for dinner. So we're gonna work our way up there. We're gonna take the metro. We gotta walk to the nearest metro station, hop on a couple of different trains to get there. It's actually not that far of a walk, but we'll take the metro because we have the unlimited. Let's get our money's worth out of it. Hey look, everybody's favorite building, the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. We're going to the Federal Triangle Station. It's like, I wonder what's in here. Just got off the metro in Chinatown, and here's the Chinatown sign. I just Googled good Chinese food in the area, and this popped up as good recommendations. So let's go check this out, Chili Bistro. Here's this little place, Chili Bistro. And it had good reviews on Google. We started eating already before showing the food, sorry. This is the General Tso's, which I think was like 26 bucks. And then Amy got a steak bento box, which I think was like 30 something. And then the kids are splitting a chicken teriyaki bento box, which was 28, I believe. So it looks like it's gonna be more than enough food for them. But we'll order a California roll if people are still hungry. After dinner, we're going right back on the metro, and we're working our way to our hotel now. Here's the inside of the metro station as we wait for the next train to arrive to take us to, well, just one stop down actually, just one stop to Metro Center, and then we gotta hop back to the gray line. This particular train spot, depot, whatever you want to call it, services 3 different colors of line, so we've had to wait for the silver line to Ashburn, which is coming right here. We're back in the hotel now. Sorry if that was a little abrupt. This whole video is probably going to be kind of a little abrupt. We have not been to DC in years, so of course we were spending more time looking at things than filming them. When we go to Disney, or in Disneyland, Disney World, even the San Diego Zoo, Safari Park, wherever, you know, we've been there dozens of times, so it's very easy for us to kind of tune out a little bit, switch over into tour guide mode, where we're sharing information with you, helping you guys plan your trips. But since we haven't been here in a really long time, yeah, it was probably just a whole bunch of very abrupt little clips. Hope you enjoyed seeing a glimpse of what we got up to and what we did. If I have any advice or information to offer to you, I would say that James was still probably possibly a little too young for this trip. He did appreciate a lot of things and said he enjoyed himself and that he had a great day. So James is, you know, fine, right on the cusp of enjoying his time here in DC. He's 11, turning 12 in about a month. Actually less than a month, he would like me to tell you. And he's got the days counted down, I'm sure. Benjamin, on the other hand, just 8 years old, and he wanted to climb on things and touch things and lay on things, and you can't do that in the museum. So he was getting yelled at by the workers a lot, and he was being a little hyperactive and making it so that we couldn't really enjoy a whole lot of things because we were constantly having to babysit him and tell him to not touch that and, you know, all that sort of thing. So Benjamin was kind of a little too young for DC still, but glad we had the opportunity to bring both of them because who knows when we're coming back, which is kind of the whole reason why we did this trip in the first place. We were going to be driving from Florida to Pennsylvania to visit family. We stopped in North Carolina to visit family. And so we just figured, hey, I don't know the next time that we're going to be driving through an area close to DC, because the last time we drove to Pennsylvania, it was from San Diego, and so we were coming in from a completely different direction. So we thought, you know what, since we're going to be driving from Florida, we're going to be going fairly close to DC, let's go ahead and stop in for a few days, which is what we ended up doing. More a visit of opportunity because we have no idea when we were going to be back than an ideal time to visit with the children based upon their ages. But that was just our experience. James was A-okay and had a good time. And that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more content. And I don't have anything similar to this to offer to you, but if you want to check out some more videos on our channel, you can click this video right here to keep watching. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.